Okay, everybody, Matthew back with you. Um, got the compressor sorted. I was going to do a little update on that, but I was using the phone. It wouldn't transpire over, so screw it, whatever. So we're going to do a build start here. I'll show you what I'm going to start on, and we're going to do this little Porsche Diesel Junior tractor. I've already done my due diligence. I've pulled up tons of pictures. I'm still looking over here because this is where my monitor is now. Used to be my monitor was right by the camera, but I've already done all my pulled my pictures. Um, there's not a lot of detail you can really do to it. It seems like this everything's red. I did pull some a little bit of weathering pictures. Because this will be on a trailer. Hopefully, I have to make the trailer. And it will be pulled because what I could find was this was like a 58, I believe. And I either had trucks that were older than that, or the closest one I had was I had a 65, one of the Mobius 65s. But I also had this 66, which was the little step side. And I kind of liked it better, so I'll make this, what, 9 years old or something like that, than the tractor. So the tractor might have to be weathered just a little bit to, if this looks brand new, then, you know, I guess I could have went with one of the older trucks and then had a new tractor, like used when I bought it. That could still change. This isn't going to be open until after the tractor's done, so depends on which way I go with the tractor as to what, this is preliminary as to what we do with the tractor. So let me get you down here, get your camera resituated, get you down here, and we'll see what's in this box. Okay, so now the way I have my camera mounted, it's going to be kind of always at an angle. It's mounted in the corner over here. That was an afterthought. Should have been kind of dead center, but I have a light here, and so anyway, you'll just have to ignore that you're in an odd angle. So for those that's not seen the little tractor, it's pretty basic, it looks like. I'm kind of seeing it at the same time you are. As to raise you up here a little bit, as to how basic it is. Looks like maybe all we'll need is some cream, maybe for the rims, and a whole bunch of red spray paint, and well, airbrush paint rather. And they did have, seen some had like the 3-point hitch on the back, and one that had a mowing bar, which was kind of cool. Can't tell if that's a couple different seat options. Thought about doing it without the cushion and just having like a rusted seat. So we'll see about that. I was looking through my pictures. I seen they had one that had the a little side seat on the internet, but I had not looked in the box to see if this one came with a side seat. But I see it does. That's kind of cool. So we got the bunch of little decals here. Of course, this is already molded in color, which really I hate. They of course, we're not going to change the color. It'll be red. We'll cover all this up with primer. Yes, it does have a metal seat, then a cushion seat. There's a cushion. So that would be nice. We decided to do a little weathering on it. So that'd be pretty cool. And tires. Oh look, there's no glass. Nothing for me to step on like the last car I was working on. I still haven't found a back glass for. Oh, that's not good. I got a mismolded part here. I mean, you see that? It's like part of my grills. Mismolded. Okay, well, let's somebody even open that to look at. And still gave it to me. Been melted on something. And maybe we can fix it. Okay, so let's get started on this. So there's only like 3.5 sprues. This has your main parts on it. You can see there's a lot of like dimples where everything's molded on the back. So those will have to be filled and sanded over. There's a lot of nice detail, but there's a lot of bad dimple-ish areas, and you're gonna lose a lot of detail. One way you possibly do would be like to screenshot this, you know, take a picture of it and sand the detail off and maybe try and put it back. So there's that one, and here's the main, you know, you got dimple-ish areas all over this. And then here's your, of course, your rims. They don't look so bad. And your half sprue. And I was wrong, there is some clear parts. Got 2 headlights. And then you've seen the chrome. And here's the little seat. Little seat part that goes with it. And the tires, which are molded pretty nice. Pretty nice tires. So it tells us to start with these big parts here. So we get them off. I'll just snip them off here and we'll start at that one. And then it says get this one. And of course those are our three main components. So I'll get those cleaned up and we'll come back. Okay, so I got the parts here cleaned up enough to stick together. They're not glued, they're just sticking together. Oops, I just broke that one trying to pull it apart. Yeah, well, you can see they're just stuck together. They do not fit together real well. For some reason, Revell thought it necessary to round over all the edges that meet up. It's just a, I might as well break that thing off now. Probably replace them with metal ones anyway. So Even when the dash goes in, it just leaves big seams. I know, even though when you glue it, you know, to me it kind of melts stuff, but it's not going to melt that together. And even if it does get in there too, sand is going to be a joke. Like I said, I'll probably just cut these off and bend me some new metal ones and put the knobs back on. Make it easier to clean everything up anyhow. So that's where I'm at. The next step will probably just be gluing this together and seeing what I can clean up and what I can't clean up. So that's where I'm at. Okay, so yesterday I went ahead and glued the halves together. I think I showed you they were apart. And I cut out all the accessories here and cleaned them up that would go on to the main chunk here. And I was trying to find out what would be covered, you know, what cracks it would cover, what wouldn't be covered. And then went ahead and kind of puttied up everything else. I got rid of the shifters, cut the shifter that went down to the little ball or whatever you want to call it here on both sides. Went ahead and cut that part of the shifter off. Did the putty just fall off? And so I cut that down. I need to sand that a little bit and put it back on. So anyway, I cut that off. Fell off both sides. But anyway, so I'll put new metal ones on, going from there all the way up. Got everything else puttied up. I'll probably have to put some more in. And but anyway, my putty, I use the Tamiya white putty, and it dried out on me probably 6 years ago. And you can see it just fell off here, but I didn't scuff it up or anything. Normally all these other places have been scuffed up. I just threw some on there to try and cover those dimples. But it dried up 5 or 6 years ago, and I finally finished using the tube. This is what I have left. Now I still use it, even though it's completely dried up. I used this yesterday. I have a paintbrush here. Well, I actually have two, but I use this one to mix it with. I throw some lacquer thinner in this. I go through and kind of break it all back up and get it into the cup. Break the bottom of it up and throw some lacquer thinner in. Just take this and mix it all back up, and it'll come back to a paste again. And then use this brush to apply it where I want it. And I've been using now this cup for a year now, probably. When I'm done, just set it aside and let it dry up again. And when I need it, I just grab the cup and mix it up again. So that's how I do my putty. So I do need to, well, I got some of those places I wanted to apply it again anyhow. So you can see along the top here, it's a little wrinkle all the way across here, so I'll probably scuff that and maybe put some wrinkle right here. I'll put some putty all along that on both sides, and you can see there where I took the shifters off to make it easier to get to. But the putty is all nice and set, and in some places it, you know, like it sinks in. You may have to go back over it again. Sometimes you may not. Just depends. But it still works down just fine. Just set overnight, so I don't have my magnifiers on, so I can't really see what I'm doing. But you can see how it works down just fine, just like the regular. Even though it's 5 or 6 years old, being dry, it doesn't matter. Works out just fine. So I'll go ahead and get all this worked down, and then we will come back.